Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a coiled cable or a spring or anything of that sort in Cinema 4D using the built-in tools. So for my purposes, I used it for this project, which has two coiled cables in an animation that move on sliders. I'm going to show you how to make this, and these can be used like as car springs or many different things. So for the actual cable, let me put a light here. Um, yeah, but the actual cable works by moving two endpoints. So I have one here, and you can see I move it, and wherever I move it, the coil stretches that way. So now it's tight, and then if I want, I can like keyframe this, stretch it upwards, and the cable stretches with it. So it's pretty easy once you know how to do it, but there's a couple of steps. So go to File, New, just a new project, and we're going to want to use the spline wrap. So that's under this and spline wrap. And then we're going to put the spline wrap inside of a helix. So the helix is somewhere here, yes. And then we're gonna see how the arrow of the spline wrap, this arrow is not facing with the helix. What we want to do is under here, switch the axis to one like that, where the arrow points with this little helix that goes here. That's how we're going to be able to stretch it out. But what we've done here is created a spline, that's a coil, and this is the beginnings of our cable. And now I'm going to make a circle, which is going to be the filler that's going to be wrapped around the spline. So here, circle, and then sweep, which is actually going to fill the circle around. It's in MoGraph. Oh, that's something else. It's right here. Yeah, and then we put all of this under sweep. So what the sweep has done is it put the circle around the spline. So it's very thick, so we're going to take the circle down to maybe 10. Yeah. So we have the beginning of a coil. And to change the parameters, you're going to want to go into helix. So the circle is just like the thickness, but the actual spring is going to be in here. So like start and end radius, you can make the end smaller, start bigger. I'm just going to make both 25 centimeters. End angle maybe like 15,000. And you can see that the shape looks very weird, but the subdivisions are going to help with that. Height 600. That's height is basically like width in this case. And then subdivision 200. So you can see that made it much better. And if you put like a high amount of subdivisions, it'll look a lot better, but it'll take up more processing power. So let's just stick to 200 right now. And then now we have like a basic cable, and to stretch that out, we're going to be using the tracer, which is in MoGraph, the tracer. And for trace links, we can delete this. We can make two objects, two null objects, 1 and 2. And these are the two objects that we're actually going to use to move and stretch the spring. So under trace link, select these two, and then like escape. And then finally under spline wrap, we need under spline, we need to select the tracer. So you can see it's condensed it all into a small donut, but that's because our null points are in the same spot. So let's say I take 2 and then stretch it. And then I think actually, you might need this. Oh yeah, I forgot. Under tracer, you need to connect all objects, and uh, for these settings, I use B-spline and uh, uniform to get pretty good results. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So I think, yeah, we don't need this. Yeah, okay, that looks much better. So this is the basic of a coiled spring. You can probably use various splines to make it like twist and turn how you want, but if you just want to animate something like this, you can make a nice like shock spring. You can just make the start radius bigger, like back to 200, and now it's very large spring. You can stretch it out, make the diameter thicker, like 30, but it's a very flexible system, and then you can just put all of this under a single null object and just say spring, and then here is your spring. Alright, I think that's it. I hope this helps.